live from the Big G's Pizza Studio on Clark Street. This is 5 Songs with Friends, Chicago's music discovery podcast. Mother Nature is the powerful and undeniable energy of MCs Klevah and T.R.U.T.H, never afraid to speak on societal ills. These creatives masterfully weave political rhetoric into music that you can party to. The Chicago-based MCs fuse hard-hitting hip-hop, melodic rhythms, and boundless lyricism to raise the frequency of our collective conscience. I love it. I have both Klevah and T.R.U.T.H here today. How we doing?
Hey.
Doing great. Good.
Awesome. Super stoked to have you on. I think the big consensus that we came up with pre-show was that we're going to bring back the hashtag What Dat Third Eye Do. So tell us about that. Where does this come from? Where did you guys get this? Because it seems like you're this higher level of consciousness is something you're striving for in your music. Like, where does this come from?
It's just necessary. We know that music, can uplift, oppressed people, oppressed communities, just oppressed mentality. And what that third eye do, you know what I'm saying? We want to make sure that, anytime we connecting with somebody, it's not just a physical connection. It's not just, just something that is by chance. Like, what's that third eye do? Like, what you thinking about? What's, where your spirit at?
And really allowing people to question for themselves. Like, ask yourself, what that third eye do? For yourself. If you really are trying to elevate and get to a higher vibration, you have to question yourself and everything that you do and the motives, the reasoning behind every move that you make. Because if it's not for the greater good or moving you further, you should really be asking yourself why you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, so how does one accomplish that through the medium of music? Is there anything in particular that you do as a performing artist or as a recording artist that helps accomplish that goal?
Oh yeah. Every lyric it has to connect us on a real level. So it's just us being honest and truthful in that realm of writing, and really understanding why we do the things we do. Is it in alignment with our highest purpose, and also just understanding where our folks are at right now and just meeting them where they are. Because it's a process. It's definitely been a process for us to get to this level of understanding and just how the world works and just the spiritual realm that we rarely speak on, but is actually in control of everything and really tapping into that. So it's definitely something that we touch in the music for sure, 100%.
Awesome. And I love that, by the way, that you mentioned, just being honest, being authentic, because I think it's crazy that the world we live in today, there's such a premium placed on just the simple fact of being honest with each other, right? I mean, it's such a crazy dynamic. So I appreciate that you're bringing that to the table in the form of your music.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, so let's talk about it. So how did you two team up? How did you, the both of you, get together and start making music? I mean, were you each making music independently and then you came together, or kind of, can you give me the background of the both of you as musicians?
Okay, so I was gonna make up a story, but I couldn't think of anything. But yeah, we were both doing music individually before we teamed up as Mother Nature. But I definitely think this was something that was destined, predestined. We've been in each other's space for a long time. We both went to U of I. We both were in this organization called WORD. Writers Organizing Realistic Dialect, and we were the only two female MCs in that collective at the time. And I was a year above T.R.U.T.H or whatever, so it was definitely a little sister big sister type of relationship. It wasn't even a musical relationship at that point. It was just more so sisterhood and support, definitely community, definitely gang. And then around 2015, we had an opportunity to open up for Run the Jewels, a part of the Pygmalion Music Festival that happens in Champaign. And the person, who put us on for that was like, yo, y'all, I don't know who to give it to, so I'm just giving it to both of y'all, do what y'all do. And we decided to make a project called Mother Nature. And, the rest is history.
So interesting. So this group was born out of the necessity to open for Run the Jewels. Am I hearing that right?
Yeah, yeah. Which is crazy because like that was our first collective performance, is opening for Run the Jewel. So it was like from day one, that's the energy, that's the standard, you know. Yeah.
That's wild. What an opportunity, though. Like, how did you attack that? Like, how did you two to get together in, I'm assuming, a pretty short period of time and create a performance that you were proud of?
Man, it was like you said, like it definitely was already in the stars because she was, and I think driving around like on her own tour at the time. I had just released a project not too long before that, so I had went out to Cali for a little bit, and you know, Mother Nature really what brought me back because I didn't have no other reason at all. I didn't advise her to come back until this popped up. But yeah, I had hit up an old producer of mine that I haven't been in contact with in a while. He just wakes up with like hella crazy beats, and we just got to it. Like I will just send beats back and forth, voice memos or whatever, and then by the time she got back, we just was working every day, like just slide through the crib and just make us home. It literally was like we knew about the show, I think, you know, a couple months in advance. Yeah. But then when we went to make the music, it only took us a week to actually make the project, which was crazy. That had never been done for me before. I was like, what? Like, I hadn't experienced this. Being able to make music this smoothly and this intentional, and like the music is strong. Yeah. You know, the concepts that we were talking about, you know, just were kind of crazy. And so I was like, wow, this is something. This is meant to be. Like, we have something really special here. And big shout out to the homie Larry Gates for allowing us in his space to record. He DJ'd for us. He offered his home to us. Mm-hmm. We really got us tight for the performance. That's like the most prepared that we were for a performance, like up to that point in a long time. So it was dope to just get on stage, and we knew every movement, every song we about to do, ad lib, everything, and like it was just dope. Just two MCs, DJ, and that's why it just went crazy. So definitely a blessing.
That's so cool. I love it. I always love hearing stories of like how you're either given someone's given a huge opportunity, or like their back is against the wall and they really don't have any choice but to succeed, and then they go out and they do it, and like you grow so much as a result of that. That's such a cool story to hear.
Mm-hmm. I feel like because we all like that's, I feel like that's just our lives, like back against the walls type of thing. It didn't really even seem like that. It was just like, well, this is our time span, and let's just get to it and make it happen. Like because it's music as well, you can't, like, the show must go on type of thing. So you can't allow anything to hold you back or stifle you at all. So it was just that I think it was just that next plateau for us to rise to the occasion.
I love it. That's awesome. Well, congrats on knocking it out of the park. And I think we're all very happy that Mother Nature was born as a result of that. So tell me, like, what today, I'm sure you've come a long way since that show. So like how has your songwriting process evolved? How do you two work together? Do you have, it sounds like you have someone else coming in doing production and beats and things like that. Like, what does the whole process look like?
Yeah, I mean, it really, it's definitely inspired by like the music composition itself. So we always want to work with one of our producers. We have a producer named Rox. He's down in Houston, and he's actually the spearhead of the Great Thinkers, which is our larger collective. We have another producer. His name is HK. He's a brother of ours. Got another producer, Ro, who's here in Chicago. And then aside from those three are like our when we go to work on our projects or our albums or whatever, like that's our go-to. We know that we can rely on them. We know how to communicate with them. It's like super simple. But we also, are super open to working with other people as well. And I mean, the process is just, play the music, vibe to it. Usually it starts off with a freestyle, something fun, something silly, and then before you know it, something catches. And when you catch it, you just gotta document it, write it down, voice record it, go ahead and go to the mic and do it. And like our process is honestly kind of always evolving. When we first, did the project Mother Nature back in like 2015, 2016, we sat in a room together and wrote it, And then after we write like some hooks, we'd leave, write a verse if we needed to, and then come back and share it with each other, So we still do that sometimes, but a lot of times now it's just almost like, I don't know, it's it just comes. Each song is different. So we like to work in the moment, though, for sure.
Interesting. So yeah, because that's something I always wonder with anyone who's writing lyrics of any sorts. Is like, do you? Because it sounds like it's more organic, but like, do you ever just sit down and write stuff, like dedicate like an hour or something like that to just writing verses, or is it just more so it just comes to you naturally?
I don't know. Some days it's real natural. You know what I'm saying? Some days it just flows itself. It can't be stopped, like water. And then there's some days where it's like, you know, it's a little more crafting, a little more time spent. But it really equates to that. Like, the more time you spend on a verse or a song, honestly, the more conceptual and concrete and complex that it's going to be. You know, those are the songs that really, like, wow, you know, this song really means something. And then there's the songs that just feel good. You know, they don't have to mean a lot. They just feel good. And they're sonically dope. So it just depends on, you know, what the song is, what it's called for.
Interesting. Can you tell me about the song we have today called Pressure? Can you just give a quick intro, maybe some background on the track?
True. Yeah, Pressure is in itself like our lives up until that point, like just going through everything, feeling every emotion, and translating it into a song. It definitely tells about like our growth, our issues at the time, and how we saw ourselves and how we were preparing to come out of it. It's definitely hard hitting for sure. Shout out to Kyriel Music on the production. Yeah, that was our first track though that we had for Pressure, like the project. And we knew from there, like, this is the energy we want to go into. The whole goal of Pressure, the whole EP, was to really drive home, like, yo, we here, you know, we in the city, we really trying to make an impact. It's our first project in the city. And just wanted to make something that was long lasting and catch as well. It definitely has been hitting people nicely. So
awesome. Let's jump into it. This is a song called Pressure by Mother Nature.
Product be priceless, fresher than water give life. So pouring out of my hydrant, smoking on hybrid. You can't extinguish the fire. Distinction is diet, control your desires. I be the worst, know the flesh you've been cursed since a baby. We miseducated, this a rebirth. Nature got ways of displaying your essence, reflecting your worth. We know direction is north, your inner self you ignore. Bitch, you a whole universe, you were born in the basin. Your mama keep facing her traumas, pacing your steps, you been clearing your chakras. Fucking these niggas, he in you, he got you. Fucking these bitches, that energy got you. Trust is all symmetry, fuck your identity costume. So accustomed to this shit that's awful. Stuck in ego, easy living hostile. Nowadays we got no space, let thought flow. Juke, finesse, and bless and spread the gospel. Nowadays we facing spiritual warfare. I'm still on welfare, barely got healthcare. I ain't too well here, feeling like hell here. I push through these levels, we angels and devils got choices.
Heard some haters spreading info, but they don't know what they in for. Breakdown for the builder. Mama told me never give up. All of my fears done turned into friends. Back on my bullshit, oh once again. Dealing with pressures and sipping no Similac. Bust out the Jimmy head, look where I landed at. Best stepper in the game. Feel the great essence in all of my energy. Don't be a mini-me, more like a honeybee. Take what you need, but leave me some symmetry, please. Pressure can't hold me down. Shine like a diamond now. Ain't no cheat codes, just one soul. Hella painful, but the rain glows. Got an angle that you couldn't project. Kept it so humble, but this is the flex. Whoever next, I'm not that impressed. I'm in love with the stress, so give it your best. Tired of this, diamond crush, give me a line to sniff. Baddest bitch playing mind tricks. Keep her tongue tied, I'm a ventriloquist, bitch.
Interactions in the universe are governed by fundamental forces. Gravitation, light, and matter. Energy is everything, power and momentum. The law of attraction and vibration, polarity, rhythm, relativity, cause and effect. Become familiar with these laws and absorb their pressure.
We just apply pressure. Vicious is my pleasure. Give it is my essence. We don't supply lesson. We just apply pressure. We apply mad pressure. Channel my ancestors. Channel my ancestors. Land on my feet running. Let them know we coming. Bitch, this is my treasure.
My mom's been on drugs my entire life. My entire life. I can't fully bounce back from that trauma until she do. That's collective conscious. If you can raise the lowest vibration, you naturally have the capacity to heal the entire collective.
All right, so that was Pressure by Mother Nature. So this EP just dropped in March, correct, of 2019?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
Awesome.
All platforms.
And so now you're at the stage where you're starting to do some shows. We've got a big show coming up on May 11th at Hideout. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that show, who you're playing with, just what it's about?
Yeah, we'll be opening up for this super dope group. The name is 700 Bliss. This is actually, we haven't done shows in a little while. We've been doing like some little one-off stuff and special events and whatnot, but we haven't really had like a nice 30-minute set. So I'm really excited about that. We got a lot of new music to share on top of Pressure that we've been working on. So I'm excited to get back on stage, get people out, get the energy going, connect with new people, you know. Yeah, if you haven't seen Mother Nature in the spring yet, or if you haven't had a chance to catch us this year, definitely catch us at the Hideout. May 11th.
By the way, yeah, that's May 11th for everyone, just to confirm. So, yeah, you mentioned 700 Bliss. I'm curious, are there any other under-the-radar acts here in Chicago or elsewhere that you're really loving and want to give a shout-out to?
Yes, Huey Gang, Monty Jordan, who is a part of Huey Gang, of course. We got Jeff Coons, who just moved here from Houston. He's now here in Chicago. We got Great Sky, that's GR8 Sky, like, you know, up there in the sky with the clouds and shit. Who else we got? Man, Jesse 5000, Freddie also. Yeah, these are the homies, pretty much.
Nice.
I don't think if I'm missing about it, I don't know if I feel bad.
You know who you is.
Yeah, we're not purposely leaving anyone out here. There's no exclusion on this podcast. That's dope. Are there any? Because I'm also a U of I grad. Are there any up and coming acts out of Champaign, Urbana area that are that have caught your eye or ear?
I think Asar Bradley is still there.
Yeah, he's about to be gone, so he'll be in Chicago as well.
Yeah, but he's currently at U of I. Asar Bradley, super dope, super dope. And then CJ as well. CJ Murray. You know, they're really dope.
Good stuff. So how can people stay in touch with all things Mother Nature going forward? I know it sounds like you're going to be doing some more shows here this summer, and it sounds like you're also working on other music. So how can people stay in touch and stay up to date on all of that stuff?
Stay connected to the socials. Mother Nature Bars with a Z on IG. We have Mo_Nature on Twitter, YouTube. Mother Nature Bars with a Z. Like it's rock with a catchy.
Yeah, we got plenty of videos about to release. So I would suggest people like subscribe to the YouTube so we can get as much traffic on there as possible so you don't miss anything.
Awesome. Well, Truth, Klevah, it's been a blast. Thank you so much for coming on the show. And once again, everyone check out Mother Nature on May 11th at the Hideout. Thanks so much.
Thank you.